Okay, in this video what we're going to cover real quick is radians and degrees. First, let's try to point this out as clearly as we can. If we have a circle, and we know we start here, right? We always start at here at 0 degrees. And if we were to rotate around this circle in this direction, if we go one full revolution, that's equal to 360 degrees. We also know that if we were to, say, only spin halfway around this circle, that would be 180 degrees. Okay? The radian, so those are the degree measurements. The radians are a different way of measuring these, but and they actually become more useful because we can use radian angle measures to calculate things like areas and circumferences and arc lengths and all of those great things. So it's very useful to be able to convert from degrees into radians. So we needed to know this fact about degrees. Now, let's talk about this new page. Okay, so let's talk about that same circle, except this time talk about radians. Just like 360 degrees is all the way around in radian measure is what's called 2 pi. Now pi is just a number, it's 6.1, so technically that's like equal to, or sorry, it's 3.14. So 2 pi would be equal to 2 times 3.14, which is equal to about 6.3-ish. So the distance in radian measure is about 6.3, but that's why we just call it 2 pi. Now, just like before, if we were to only go halfway around the circle, well, what's half of 2 pi? If I had 2 pi and I divide it in half, I would have only 1 pi left, or we just would say pi. So halfway around the circle is equal to the number 3.14, but again, it's easier to just call the thing pi. Okay, so now knowing those two facts, I'm going to go to this slide. So we can say that 360 degrees is equal to 2 pi, or if you prefer, 180 degrees is equal to 1 pi. Well, this is really useful if you ever want to convert anything. So remembering that fact, here we go. Oh, I'm sorry, that kind of got weird. If you wanted to convert, say, 12 degrees, convert that into radians. What we do is we would multiply 12 degrees times the conversion factor. You can pick. So we were going to convert 12 degrees into radians. So I would take my 12 degrees and then I would use I'm going to go with the 1 pi. Here's my conversion factor. I'm going to convert. And what was pi was equal to 180 degrees. So now by setting it up like this, I'm technically, all I'm doing is multiplying by 1 because pi and 180 degrees are the same thing. So when you take, if you took, say, the number 5 and divide it by the same thing, which was 5 divided by 5, you would get 1. So this is really the same thing. So I can take 12 times pi divided by 180. Also keep in mind that's 80 degrees. So that way my degree signs will cancel out. So all I would be left with, so what I'm left with in this case is equal to pi over 15. Of course, you could put that into decimal format if you wanted, but I just ran that on the calculator and simplified the fraction. Another example, if I wanted to convert, say, 60 degrees into radians, I would do the same exact thing. I would take 60 degrees times pi divided by 180. So my degree symbols cancel. The degrees will cancel because I'm on the top and the bottom. And that one is going to give me, it would give me pi divided by 3. Again, I'm just simplifying using a calculator, and it's giving me the simplified fraction. Or you could go to decimal format. make sure you figure out how I'm typing these things in so you can work these, because now of course it is the other direction. Let's say that you had let's say 3 pi divided by 2 radians. So that is your angle right there. That's your angle. I know that looks a little ugly, but you'll get used to how those see. 3 pi over 2 radians. To convert that one, I'm going to want to use the opposite, which would be the 180 degrees over my pi radians. So that way my pi's will cancel themselves out, which is really convenient when that happens. So this, after you take out that, you calculate it out, your pi will cancel. You're going to end up with an equals 270 degrees. Okay, and we'll do one more like that. So let's say you wanted to convert, I don't know, let's go with something really weird like a decimal radians, say 1.2 radians. Okay, I'm actually going to put this symbol, 1.2 radians. Convert that into degrees. Again, the same thing. You get 180 degrees on the top, and on the bottom you're going to get pi radians. So we end up with, you're going to get 68.75 degrees. Okay, so there you go. That's the nutshell.